I know who to trust. I come around me, we sizing them up. Call up the gang, they lining it up. Fading it, taping it up with the cut. I had a dream, I was ready for it. Lord told me, hey Dyllyn, you headed for it. Know my future been break up and overpouring. Know my demons, they been trying to overthrow it.
Welcome back to the channel, y'all. If it's your first time here, I'd like you to hit that like and subscribe right now. Please and thank you. But today, what we're going to be going through is an evening with Silk Sonic. It's actually a pretty short album. I think it has, 9 songs and 30 minutes, so it makes it really a quick listen. But what I do like about Bruno and Anderson's vibe is they're kind of in a lane in the market that like nobody's really in. It's kind of like, it's pretty much just funk, but nobody does funk anymore, so it's like they have it to themselves. So I'm wondering if that will spawn off some like, I don't want to say copycats, but some new artists in this lane, because they see it can do well, it's just nobody's doing it. So we'll see. But I have very high expectations for this album because Bruno always does pretty well, and so far they've released like 3 or 4 of these songs already, like beforehand. So, and they were all really good to me. So, and I'm going to review them all since I didn't review them on the channel. But we already know 4 out of 9 is going to be good. So it's like, even if all the other songs suck, it's going to be a major disappointment, because it's like, then why did you just release the EP? But I mean, it still would be a solid project because half the songs are good, you know? So anyways, that's enough of me rambling. We can get into the first song. Is going to be Silk Sonic Intro.
Who y'all came to see tonight? Ooh, we gon' lock this groove in tight. Yeah, we're locking in there. Don't have us lock this groove down for nothing.
Alrighty, that was intro. Well, the intro, so Silk Sonic intro, however you want to say it. I mean, I think it did a good job of setting the vibe, setting the mood for what the album's going to be like, giving you an idea of what the rest of the sound for the album is. Not too much to think here. There wasn't really too many words going on. It's just telling everybody to get ready, you know. Let's get ready for the party that is an evening with Silk Sonic. So, I'm going to keep that one short. Next we have Leave the Door Open, which I've heard before. I'm going to listen to it again and just give you my thoughts on it. I mean, man, I'm not going to spoil anything right now. That was Leave the Door Open, and message is kind of in your face, obvious. Give me another better word. I don't have one. But yeah, I mean, all it is he's telling this girl if she wants to be with him, he's going to leave he's going to leave the opportunity for her to join him in his life open to her. That is basically the entire point of the whole song. It's just him setting the scene, saying everything he's got, everything has in his life right now. And while he's cool how he is, like he's cool, well, they're both cool. It's 2 people in this song, but while they're both cool with how their life currently is, they wouldn't mind some company, and that company being this woman they're singing about, and they're going to leave her the opportunity to come join in all of this stuff they have. And I don't know, I lost my train of thought. That's it. But it's a good song. Like, this song is, I think it came out in like March of the beginning of this year, and I still kind of held on to like the billboards because it is that good of a song. Bruno just knows how to make music. Like, that's one thing you can't deny about this guy. Since he came onto the scene, he's just good at making music and good at entertaining folks. So Anderson Paak, I say Anderson, it may be Anderson, but I like saying Anderson Paak. But anyways, he does a good job of making music, like the calmer, like vibey music as well in his own right. He's not as like notable as Bruno, because Bruno kind of has like worldwide appeal when Anderson's market's a little more limited. And I'm hoping Bruno's project, like collaboration with him, gives people more reason to look back at Anderson's work. But together, like while I didn't see this duo working, like I didn't see it coming. Nobody did. But like now seeing how all for this one song, I knew, okay, this works. And like once they announced that they were working together, I already knew it was going to work, because they both have that. It's not a similar it's not a similar music style necessarily, but it is a similar, I want to say, like attitude in which they approach music, like a certain vibe they're going to, like a certain feeling they're trying to leave the audience, like a similar feeling I should say, that they're trying to leave the audience with. So I am very pleased so far. I already love this song, as you could probably tell. Not that excited because it's not like, whoa, this is crazy, I haven't heard it, because I've heard it a couple times because it's in my playlist and I play it quite often. But yeah, great first song. It's a hit, as shown by their debut at number 4 on like the billboards. So yeah, that was Leave the Door Open. Song number 2 is going to be called Fly As Me.
Okay, now have you ever been with a plate? Take you downtown where they treat me like the main. Take you to the crib when you lick it upstate. Extra flavor, go ahead, sprinkle some truffle on your mashed potatoes. I'm trying to love you. Is you gonna love me back? You only get what you get. Ain't you ready that? I deserve to be with somebody as fly as me. Somebody this fly. Okay, now Silk Sonic smooth like a mat. Float like a butterfly on every single track. And the only language that I speak, girl, is back. So once I give this game to you, I can take it back. Come on, children, I'm selling it. You ain't never seen nobody this. And I'm gone. I deserve to be with somebody as fly as me.
Alrighty, that was Fly As Me, and I have a lot to say about this song. We're gonna see if I can remember it all, because my brain's moving kind of fast, and for these like first listen reviews, I don't really have to write. I don't have the time to write everything down. Gotta actually listen and stay in the moment so I can remember the beats and whatnot. And so, anyways, excuse that slight ramble. First, I want to hit on, before I forget, because everything else is kind of right in front of me, looking at the lyrics. Anderson Paak, if you listen to the show, I mentioned it in a couple videos back, the show Rhythm and Flow, like the little rap contest show on Netflix. There is an artist named Old Man Saxon. And if you know who that is, you can't tell me he wouldn't do wonders on this song, or even, I'm not going to say necessarily be better than Anderson Paak, but he would I think he would add a lot to this song with them. Like, this is his lane. And I think they would do well together here. And I also think, it may be controversial, I think he may be able to do just as good a job as Anderson. Not to say Anderson didn't do a good job. I really like this line, his verses. Yeah, because he kind of wasn't in the first song. Like, he was in the chorus, but he didn't really do anything else. And he wasn't even listed as a producer. So it's like, that was kind of more so just Bruno's song with Anderson on the chorus. But Anderson's on this one front and center. So I also wanted to hit on who wrote this song. The writtens are James Fauntleroy, who's pretty well known now by anybody that actually pays attention to more than the singing of the main artist of the song. He's been featured on a lot and he's written a lot. But James Fauntleroy is always a great writer. He's honestly a good singer too. He's been in plenty of Drake songs if you go a little farther back. Then for all the people hating on Big Sean and say he can't write, he's corny, this was also written by Big Sean. So there you go. That's all I wanted to say there. And then the other two is Bruno, Anderson Paak, and then D-Mile, who's a producer I haven't really heard of, but he's been on the whole, I think he's produced the whole thing, the whole album. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out the way. The song, I'm going to cover basically what it's about, but I have some other things to pick through. It's basically, like, this is typical in what rap normally is, or every rap adjacent album is going to have, and it's like a braggadocious song, like just something like you just puffing yourself up. That's kind of how, I don't say that's how rap started, but that's how a lot of it goes, and it's not a bad thing, it's just the nature of the music. So yeah, that's kind of what it's about, just saying how lucky a girl would be to end up with either Anderson or Bruno. And we know the truth. We know it's pretty true because they got money. But anyway, Little and Anderson's second verse, he hits some like pretty like cliche lines that like some black folks have made popular. Okay, now Silk Sonic Smooth like a Mac. That one's kind of like, that one's not necessarily a cliche, but we all get the reference because of the song, which is totally escaping my mind right now. Sorry, y'all. I'm totally blanked out. Return of the Mac is kind of what, like, it's that same vein. That's what that's what they're using Mac for. It's that Mac. Anyways, and Float Like a Butterfly on every single track. Muhammad Ali's famous line, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. And then the only language that I speak, girl, is facts. That's not really anything. That's more of a modern saying. Thank you, black women, for that. And then, so once I give this game to you, I can't take it back. Hollering at you from a 1977 Monte Carlo. Classic car. Hard act to follow. Here it is. It's showtime, trying to boo you up like it's the Apollo. This one's not a reach, but it doesn't make, like, direct sense. But anyways, the Apollo is a famous, I want to say comedy club. But definitely just a famous venue. Yeah, it's a comedy club. Or at least a contestant, like, performance, a venue. And the boo was, like, boo you off the stage, because it's common to, like, for artists to get their first big start at the Apollo, but if you suck there, they let you know. Like, it's kind of a ruthless, cutthroat area, but if you do well there, you kind of go make it big everywhere. It's that type of place. And so boo you up, as in like date you, and then I guess the play on words is boo off the stage like at the Apollo. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't work hand in hand, because boo you up but it's not, you don't boo someone up off a stage. Or I guess you can boo someone up off the stage. So yeah, maybe it does work. Honestly, I like this one more than Leave the Door Open. But it's not by much, because they're both so good. Like, so far, like, excluding the intro, because I really don't count intros a lot of times. They're 2 for 2. Like, I love it. So, that's all I got to say for this one. We got After Last Night, track 4. And just like that, we're almost halfway through. That was After Last Night. I said all the people who was in it before. Sorry for being so dramatic. This is actually how I listen to music in the car, like by myself. Like, people on the road see it all the time. I just do a lot of moving. If a song's good, it makes me move. If food's good, it makes me move. You know, just how it works for me. But anyways, that's how you end the song. Like, the whole song was good, but that ending I liked. I liked the build up and the constant build up there. As for what the song is about, I mean, it's kind of the opposite of how most songs make music about one night stands. It's mostly about how disrespectful you can be to the person you're kicking out. or getting rid of. This one's saying, oh, it was so great that I'm going to change my life completely and I'm ready to settle down. So it's totally on the opposite end. But it was a very good song here. They even had a little bit of like, it wasn't just repeating the same album, like the same verses, and there was some like actual transitioning, like you could see some time passing in the words, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Like in the first verse, he's talking about throw my phone out the window, there's no player in me, those days are through. Like that's what I'm talking about, and saying he's changing his life because of this girl. And then in verse 2 it says, if I still have my phone, I'd call every girl I know and tell them goodbye. So it's the reason he doesn't have his phone is because in the first verse he threw it away. So that's what I'm talking about, some type of transition, some type of time had passed. And that's all I had for that verse. Well, the two verses. It wasn't too deep there. I do want to pay my respects to Bootsy Collins. If you don't know who that is one of like the main pillars of funk music. Like, I think the main three is George Clinton, who made Atomic Dog. You have James Brown, who made everything, but I think he's mostly known for... It says The Payback. I don't know if that's the one I would say first for James Brown, but I was kind of thinking Try Me, which is number 2. So yeah, that makes sense there. But yeah, so Bootsy, George Clinton, and James Brown. Those are the main three people when you think of funk. And so Bootsy's got is going to be the constant voice, I'm assuming, for the rest of the album. Like that little the smooth, deep voice, like the sulky voice talking in the beginning, that's Bootsy. And so respect to him, he's a legend. I'm glad they got him on this project. It kind of verifies their album as a funk album. But yeah, it was great to listen to. It's another hit. It's kind of in the middle between Leave the Door Open and Fly As Me, to, like, in my opinion, in terms of like tempo and emotion kind of leaving you with. Leave the Door Open was kind of slow, like the slowest I've heard so far. Fly As Me has been so it's somewhere in the middle. So anyway, Spoken Out the Window, I've heard it before. I haven't heard it much. I think I was trying to hold off from listening to it because that's when when I knew the album was getting close to dropping, I was trying not to listen to it anymore. So yeah, Spoken Out the Window, here we go.
Can't believe it, can't believe it, I just believe this bitch got me paying already, paying for trips, diamonds on the neck, diamonds on the wrist, and here I am all alone, why you doing this to me, girl, not to be dramatic, but I wanna die, this bitch got me paying already, paying for trips, diamonds on the neck, diamonds on the wrist, and here I am all alone.
That was Smoking Out the Window. It's a hit. So far, everyone's been a hit, minus the intro, because it's not supposed to be, but it's a hit. I don't have too much to dissect here. There was kind of like one... actually, there may not even been one that I could point out to you. Like, I had heard that this was actually their first song they wrote together. Like, out of the whole album, I think this is like their first one, and you wouldn't be able to reference it. It's just a rolling, like, I kind of look up music, I kind of learn about the music making process sometimes by a specific artist, and I think that was one thing that came up in like the advertisement section, like when they try to get you to click. So I didn't verify it, so I'm not necessarily sure this is the truth, but that's what I heard. Anyways, great song. Bootsy was on the intro again. As glorious as it sounds songs, it is literally just about, and as upbeat, positive as it sounds, if you're not necessarily focusing on the words, this song is about a woman that's like kind of for everybody. But it sounds so dang good. So yeah, they're talking about a woman that they thought was for them, found out was for everybody. Everybody done been there. Well, I haven't. Not necessarily everybody's been there, but everyone's heard of somebody that's been there. How about that? That's a little more clear. And so it's about that process. Like, I don't know, how could you do this to me? Like, and then you feeling that first step of grieving of where you're hoping. Well, not, I'm not sure if it's the first step, it may be the second or third, but like the anger, somebody doing it to you, now you want the worst thing to happen to them, as referenced by Anderson's line of, like he's saying, I hope you find whatever you need, because he still cares about the person. But he said, I also hope that your trifling ass is walking around barefoot in these streets, which is back. I'm pretty sure they reference that this woman had a child, and you don't necessarily want the child to be walking barefoot in the streets. So yeah, but it's a good song, man. They make music. They make music. And this one, I'm glad they're releasing this. So yeah, that's all I got for this one, Smoking at the Window. That's song 5. We're moving on to track 6, which is Put on a Smile.
Tell her how you really feel. When I called you out your name, that was my ego, my patent pain. I should be a movie star, the way I play the part, like everything's okay. Trying to put on a smile, try to fight these tears from crying, but Lord knows I'm dying, trying to
Alright, that was Put on a Smile. And this one is actually taking the new ranking of the slowest song on the album. I think taking it from whatever, Leave the Door Open. This one where they're not even trying to make it positive almost. Like, you may take it as upbeat if you're not paying attention, like, at all. But it is definitely the slowest, saddest paced song on the album. And this is like that traditional, like when someone thinks of R&B, this is what they think of. Is like you being in your feelings over a situation that you done messed up and you're trying to get a girl back. Like, you know, that boom box outside your girlfriend's window in high school. That type of scene. That's what they're going for here. And boy, do they make it sound nice. I think there was one line in here like where it's just like, yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, there we go. When I called you out your name, that was my ego, my pride and pain. I should be a movie star the way I play the part, like everything's okay. So yeah, he's like, yeah, I was wrong in what I did. I'm apologizing for it, and now I'm out here acting like I'm okay with how everything went down, rather than coming to you and telling you that I messed up and such. Even Bootsy mentions in the beginning, ain't no shame begging in the rain, because you know that's just what you gotta do. Sometimes if you don't messed up pretty dang bad, you gotta do what you need to do to get it back. I mean, other folks laughing, making fun of you, they don't have no bearing on your life outside of that moment. So you forget about it, do what you need to do to get that girl back. So Anderson's verse was a little small here, but I mean, oh my gosh, this one I think was solely written between them two, and it's good. Like, I mean, I haven't necessarily done this, but you know, you been in when you're in the dumps, you be trying to do everything outside, like outwardly showing that you're still fine. Like he's mentioned, now I try to be the life of the party all night, buying shots for everybody, but it's all just a knack because I can't have you back. Without you, I've been going crazy. So yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory, but sheesh, they make it sound great. Oh man, this duo needs to make another album immediately so far. I don't think there's been a miss out here. We're 6 songs in, we only got 3 left, and I don't think we've heard any of these though. I think Skate may have been released beforehand, but I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, song number 7 is 777. I think that's an angel number or something like that. I don't know. I don't be paying too much attention to any of that, like the astrology signs and angel numbers, but whatever. We're going to get into it. It also, actually, it's song number 7, but triple sevens is also the gambling thing, like the lucky sevens or whatever, so I don't know. We got those. We got those two. It could be the angel number, or it could be the gambling. So we gonna see. Let's get into it. Alrighty, that was song number 777. Wow, totally a change of pace from the other song. This one's up there in the same tempo range as Fly As Me. Wow. Yeah, wow, that one was good too. I'm going to first get into Edison. Actually, I'm going to rewind. I was right in the last thing that I figured out about the album, like the other meaning of 777, which is the gambling reference, because that's what they're doing, just talking about balling, going gambling. It's a song you play at the casino. The casino's going to be playing this one non-stop because they are going to be like, spend your money, this going to encourage you to ball out, even when you don't got it, which is referenced by a line here. What do you say? Bruno was saying, well, give me the chips, because I'm about to go all in. I can see the champagne falling. I got bills to pay, but bills can wait. I fucking we ballin'. That's what the casinos want you to do. It's not smart. And this is just a song, so you shouldn't live by it. But boy, do they make it sound good. That is a common theme. They be singing about some other stuff, but I mean, honestly, that's how funk was, man. Singing about whatever, but it sound good. Like, this one definitely reminded me of some James Brown. But anyways, Anderson .Paak had a little bit of wordplay in his fourth verse. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, whatever. Moonwalk to the money like I'm Mike Jack being Michael Jackson. If you couldn't put that together, then you've been under a rock, or you are younger than 15. Is what I will say. Anyways, then it moves on. I'm faded, pupils dilated. He's on something, but that's not the important part. But the man in the mirror saying, "Go on and get your papers." But yeah, Man in the Mirror, song by Michael Jackson. So little play right there. Just something light to show that he still has it as a rapper. But that's all it was. But man, it sounds good. Just a nice song talking. Just we gonna ball tonight. Fuck the consequences. We gonna have fun, and that's all this album is just having fun. Boy, I love this. I needed this. Bruno always gives you some just music that you just like to play, like to listen to, makes you feel upbeat, makes you feel happy. God, he's always good. He's always good to listen to. He even had a little more with that intro, like you hear the playing in the background and that little rock influence with the electric guitar or whatever. I think it's an electric guitar. But yeah, them two working together, and it gives you I'm trying to think, it's like a West Coast, like older race cars type feel. I don't know, that's what the feel I was getting. Like, that's the scene I can imagine. It's somebody in an older convertible, top down, you riding with and it's got to be cherry red, riding with some whatever pairs of sunglasses you want to put in on their face in that old time, but riding with that, playing that music going on, and then you got the plane going over your head because it's just got to be in the middle of LA. That's the vibe, or LA or Las Vegas. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. They did great bringing that to life here. Anyways, let's get into track 8, Skate. Alrighty, that was track 8, Skate. So honestly, that was my least favorite one. It's cool. Like that one was cool. I would like wouldn't. It's not horrible. I wouldn't skip it or nothing. But that's the only one I don't think I saved. I would save from this album so far, besides the intro. But yeah, it was cool. This is the other single, so I had heard this one before, and I kind of like let it like skip when listening to. I listened to it once. I listened to it once, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of good on this one. Like it's just talking up the girl he likes. It's like it's just typical serenading a woman. What else are we gonna say? I'm gonna try to give you a little bit more than just me being okay, cool, and skip over it, even if I don't necessarily like it like that. But honestly, I think this is like in a skating ring. They just talking about a woman, like like he sees this and just wants to skate with her or something like that. Talking about I can smell your sweet perfume. You smell better than barbecue. There's something about him being like her being $100 in a room full of dimes. So like just how beautiful she is, and he just wants to dance with her, you know. So it's a straightforward song. Nothing over the top here. It's definitely their least engaging song in my opinion. So anyways, we're gonna move on to the final track, Blast Off. Alright, and that was the conclusion to Evening with Symphonic, Blast Off. And it was a psychedelic track, which are always cool to me, but I always zone out in them. So maybe that's the point, but it's like something that never keeps my attention too long. For that reason, they're never really my favorites, but I like this one more than Skate. So, like, it's Skate and... excluding the intro, so we're only rating 8 songs here. It's like Skate, then Blast Off, then Skate. So I do like the back and forth they did. Like Anderson Paak's opening line, "Clouds are blowing, don't know where we're going," and then Bruno's next verse has the next verse and say, "As we're flying, stars are multiplying." But they say it at the same like, I don't sing, so like, or not publicly at least. So I mean, but it was like in the same cadence, same kind of rhythm there, and so it worked well together. I like that part of the song a lot. Then like, I mean, it's pretty much talking about their experience on drugs, but it's also they also use it as a way to like float off your mind, like as they're ending. They use it as like a way to like end the album as like a goodbye, you know. So I think I like that one's placement on this song. I mean on the album, I like that one as an ending track. So yeah, that's my review for all of these 9 songs, or 8 minus an intro. I think they're really good. As for my top 3, ooh, this is tough. Because I'm looking 2 through 7. I'm like, ooh, they're all neck and neck. Okay, my top 3, and they're not in order, these are just the 3. I'm gonna do Put on a Smile, Fly as Me, and After Last Night. Leave the Door Open is number 4, and it is so close. Like, Leave the Door Open and Smoking Out the Window are really close. And I think what they lose and why they lose is because they were released beforehand, so they don't have that newness factor to me. But like, it's close. They're all right there with each other. But After Last Night, I had to put on the list because I love Thundercat and Bootsy having an actual part there. And it was different than the other 2. Because like every other song, I felt like they had a pair. Like Fly As Me and 777 kind of paired together. Leave the Door Open and Put on a Smile kind of paired together. I don't know what I'm going... And them last 2 paired together as just being like the most mid out of the album. Smoking Out the Window, I guess, doesn't have a pair either. But yeah, that one was good too. But I had heard it before, so it kind of loses its pizzazz. Man, fuck it. It's my list. I'm gonna say all 5 of them, and they're just gonna tie. Okay, that's what it's gonna be. I can't decide because the album was that good. But yes, great album. I'm glad they did this project together. I'm looking forward to them working together again because they make great music together. I want to see if this album kind of brings back some funk music, as I said earlier, because nobody's like in this lane. Like this lane is like wide open, at least on the mainstream end. So I would like to see them all work together. Like I'd like to see what some new people have there. Not to say that Bruno and Anderson can't continue. I just want to see other people's take on it, or where, like, if it was modernized now, where would it go? You know? So yeah, that's my review here. Hope y'all like my freshly shaved beard, guys. I shaved it right before this because I told you I would. And then, if you made it all the way through this short review, this one's got to be shorter than the other ones. Hit that like and subscribe down below, and I would love for y'all to give me your top 30s if you can. Because I couldn't give y'all a top 30. It was just too hard to decide, and I didn't want to do it to myself. I just know which 2 were at the bottom, or 2 or 3 at the bottom. So, that's all I have for y'all. May the Lord keep y'all till the end. Hope to see y'all again. And also, give me some either individual songs you want me to review, or some albums you want me to review, or whatever. And it could be anywhere in that R&B rap range. I don't know enough about any other genres to really be in there too heavy. So yeah, y'all let me know. And as for what I'm thinking about doing next in another 2 weeks or so, Bryson Tiller is supposed to be dropping his Christmas album that I'm going to try to do a review on. Then there's something else dropping later than that I can't remember right now. Then I also kind of want to go back and hit Consolation by Rini. Y'all let me know if y'all think y'all want to hear that. Because I never actually listened to it, but I listened to the individual songs and I know it's a good album. So yeah, that's all we got here. May the Lord keep y'all until I see y'all again. It's been real. It's me, Duval, not Duval. See y'all next time. Peace.